So I don't know if you guys know what Food Basics is, but it's a grocery store that sells cheap food to broke people, basically. Up until recently, I've been able to handle it, but it's time to talk about the hamburgers. Not the hamburgers, but hamburger from Food Basics. Because it's always been not the best tasting. I really don't know how you fuck up a cow, but somebody seems to be doing a very well job at screwing up the flavor of cows. Now, it's always been a little tougher, a little gamier, a little stinkier. It's not the best quality. But now, I can't even make tacos with it and cover that up. Taco powder, garlic powder, and onions is insufficient to cover up the fact that this isn't quality. If you are what you eat, they must have been feeding that cow fucking cardboard. I'm pretty sure if I fried up cardboard with taco seasoning, it's going to taste better than that beef. And while I'm on the subject of talking about food, there's a video going around with a certain very popular food YouTuber who's like pointing out the fact that there's fish may contain trace amounts of fish. Yeah, that's a lot grosser than you all realize. You see, at some rendering plants, they render up their fish, and they're from farms, and they've been overfed, and it's the equivalent of eating a fat New Yorker who smokes 3 packs of Natty Lights a day. That's the fish y'all are eating. Big fat, overfarmed, sickly, been sucking up the shit of my brothers in this pond fish. And when they're a little bit too fat, they scrape the fat off the fish. Of course, they don't want to throw it away, so they sell it to places that want to add a little bit of fat into their product, but don't want to spend a lot of money. And they want to enhance their product and say, oh, it's got this in it or that from the fish fat. You ever at Costco and you buy the big pack of hamburgers and you see on the bottom, it's kind of this white cross-hatchy looking pattern? I took a good taste of it. Tastes real fishy to me. So, the next time you're reading your ingredients lists and you see that may contain trace amounts of cod or this or that, you're eating the belly fat off a New York fish. And not that it's from New York, it's just, big fat belly, smokes 3 packs a day, sits in his own filth kind of deal. That's what y'all eating. So you make sure if you're getting farmed salmon or farmed anything fish-wise, jump online, do a quick search, and see if they actually show what their setup looks like, what their filtration is, what they're feeding the fish, most importantly. Because, again, you are what you eat. And if they're feeding these fish garbage pellets, you're eating garbage fish. So, and the same goes for American rice. I hate to say this, but if you're growing the rice in absolute shitty condition, shitty soil, shitty water, you get shitty blend tasting rice. And honestly, something you want to stay away from is parboil. Absolute flavorless bullshit. So, and while I'm on this big rant about food, the $10 section in Food Basics. If they can't wash their equipment and rinse it properly and not have their meatballs and chicken nuggets taste like ass, don't buy it. So, you might know it's in a black packaging, fancy writing, really shitty tasting meatballs, really shitty tasting chicken nuggets, and sometimes they come with this metallic-y yuck flavor. Yeah, that's the cleaner being left behind on the equipment because they're too lazy to rinse it properly. And speaking of that, if a company really doesn't have up to date imagery of their equipment online and it's not clean and sanitary and it's just they don't show anything, probably don't want to buy from them. And when it comes to the fast food market, if you can't see the kitchen, I'd recommend not eating there right now. Um, Quality is slipping because we can't pay people enough to do a quality job anymore because, we're all being taxed to hell, and all that's doing is inflating the price of the products that the government needs to repair the country. And the fact they can't see that is like blows my mind. You know, why is it so expensive to repair the roads? Why is it so hard to put up houses? Why is infrastructure so expensive? Why are the banks charging so much for mortgages? There's a little loop, and it's not hard to figure out. You know, companies want profits to go higher and higher. The government needs to collect more taxes on industry, more taxes on people, more taxes on housing, more taxes on everything. It's more stress. Product prices go up. Companies see a loss in their profit because the price of trucking goes up, the price to workers goes up, the price of everything goes up. And in turn, the cost of doing business for the government goes up. They tax you more, and it repeats that cycle over and over and over and over. My kitten is calling me, so I'm going to have to cut this one short. But just know food basics, food manufacturers, farmers, cows. If you can't be flavorful, I'm going to stop buying you. And if you can't run a grocery store that actually has flavorful, quality fucking beef for a decent price, close your doors because you failed. On the bare minimum of having fresh, delicious meat, you failed. Either close your doors or shut down your meat section. Because at this point, if fucking taco mix can't save your beef, then don't sell it. Get out of the farming game, sell your farm, move to California and retire.